Hey, what's up? If you're a life insurance agent and leads are your biggest headache right now, I want you to stick around because what I'm about to show you is going to completely change how you think about your life insurance business forever. Now, before I show you anything, I just have one simple question for you. What if I could permanently solve your lead problem, put your entire follow-up on autopilot, and literally hand you back hours of your time every single week, all for less than what you're probably spending on coffee? No high ticket program, no setup fees, no tech headaches, just a low monthly subscription that literally pays for itself the very first time it books you an appointment. Now, if that sounds like something you'd want, the next 30 minutes are gonna feel like the moment everything clicked. Now, if not, no hard feelings, just close the tab and keep doing what you're doing. But if you're tired of chasing leads that go cold, you're sick of sending follow-ups that never get answered, and you're watching sales just slip through the cracks because life got busy, then this was built specifically for you. I didn't build this in a boardroom. I built it inside the life insurance industry, watching real agents lose money and reverse engineering exactly where it was happening and how to stop that bleeding. Now, what you're about to see, it's not the future of insurance marketing. It's what the top agents are already doing right now. My name's Corey. I've been in the financial services industry for over 2.5 decades. I started Launch Automation 6 years ago. We're a GoHighLevel agency, and we've had a lot of success in the credit niche. A little over a year ago, I met somebody who changed my life. I met a top life insurance agent that suddenly couldn't buy any quality leads and needed a solution. Her and I went on a super deep dive into how to solve it. She introduced me to entire teams that had the same problems. What did I do? I sat with them. I sat with agents at every level, rookies, veterans, agency owners, solo producers. I watched how they worked and I documented every single breakdown that I could find. And I ended up with a detailed list of 43 specific problems costing life insurance agents time, money, and deals every single day. Now, here's one thing that I want you to understand before I show you anything. This isn't a software company that built a generic CRM and slapped an insurance label on it, okay? We spent over a year in the trenches with agents and built a system around exactly how this business works and exactly where it breaks. Now, you already know GoHighLevel has a million features. There's actually 1,400 different features. Now, our system is built on GoHighLevel, but it's built specifically for life insurance agents. It's already built, it's already configured, okay? It's not a blank slate. You're not buying a blank slate GoHighLevel platform. This is done for you before you ever log in. I'm not gonna walk you through all the different features that GoHighLevel offers because that'd just be a waste of time. But here's what I learned sitting with all those agents. Every single problem, all 43 of them, trace back to 3 things, okay? Not enough leads, no real system or automation, and not enough sales. That's it. Fix those 3 things and your business works. Leave any one of them broken and everything suffers no matter how hard you work. Now, here's my promise to you. I'm gonna show you exactly how we solve each and every one. And if by the end of this, you can honestly say that this doesn't address your biggest problems, then it's just not for you. But if it does, and I think it will, then the only question is, how fast do you wanna get started? All right, let's go. All right, so what I'm gonna do right now is tackle the elephant in the room, which is leads. You never have enough leads. Well, we've actually solved that problem, but you gotta hear me out to understand it. Please listen carefully because the next 5 minutes will change the trajectory of your entire insurance career. Now, let me start by just describing your last slow week. Let me know if this sounds familiar, if it rings any bells. So first, your phone isn't ringing, okay? Your pipeline looked thin, nothing changed. You did the same things you always do, so you did what every agent does when leads dry up. You went out and bought more. You spent more money, it picked up for a little while, and then it didn't. And now you're sitting here wondering when the next slow week is coming. and you're dreading having to call all the leads that you've been pounding over and over. Some of these people, you've called them 20 times. You look and you feel desperate. You're coming across as desperate because you are desperate. Now, here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. Buying leads is not a business strategy, okay? It's actually a dependency. You're renting somebody else's audience. You're paying premium prices for names that 4, 5, 6, 10, 12, 15 other agents already called. And the second you stop paying, the whole thing just collapses. You own nothing, you built nothing, okay? You're on a treadmill and the speed just keeps increasing. Now, I want you to stop and just think what that actually costs you. If you're spending, let's say, $500 to $1,000 a month on purchased leads, and you're closing somewhere between 10 to 15% of them, which is probably a little over the top, you're probably closing 5%, you're paying $50 to $100 per closed deal every single month, forever, with zero equity, okay? Now, the agents who win long-term, they don't buy the most leads. They may look like they're winning, but they're spending all their money on leads. Now, the agents that win build systems that generate leads from multiple sources simultaneously, so when one channel slows down, the others keep running. Now, here at Launch, we've helped hundreds of agents increase their lead flow by at least 300% using exactly what I'm about to show you. One agent that we have, her name's Crystal, is now booking 20 new appointments every single week on autopilot using the lead magnets alone. Not 20 leads, but 20 booked appointments every single week without buying a single contact. Now, here's exactly how we do it. First, we give you a fully built SEO optimized website, which I'm going to show you in a minute, that ranks on Google and now shows up on AI search tools like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Alexa, Claude. We optimize your Google business profile and automate your reviews to push you up on Google Maps, okay, for local search. We give you a fully built video lead magnet funnel. We actually give you 3 funnels, but I'm just gonna show you one on this particular video. But these lead magnets you can post on social media, or if you want to speed it up, you can run ads to them to pull prospects into your pipeline around the clock, okay? And we put an automated follow-up system underneath all of it that books appointments repeatedly until they either say yes or they tap out. There's 4 different channels, all running simultaneously, all feeding one pipeline, all done for you before you ever even log in. Let me show you what that actually looks like. All right, so this is your website. Your headshot, your logo, your business, fully built, fully written, fully connected, and fully automated. You did not have to write a single word of copy. You didn't have to build a single web page. You didn't have to configure a single automation. It was all done for you. Now, there are several variations of this website. There is a light version and a dark version, and we can customize it to fit your brand. You can see there's additional products on this website for taxes, additional pages for ACA health insurance, for example. Whatever it is that you do, we can just add it for you. Now, I want you to notice something immediately. This is not a typical agent website. This is not a brochure that just sits there looking decent and generating nothing. Every single element on this page is connected to a pipeline, an automation, or a booking workflow. And I'm just gonna scroll through this very, very quickly here. On the top menu, you have 5 different ways for prospects to get in touch. They could do a 15-minute phone call, a 30-minute Zoom, a 1-hour in-person meeting. There's a contact form, and there's also a link tree, which is a huge hit. Life insurance agents network all the time, and when you're at an event, you want to be able to take someone's information and connect with them and give them your information. That's what this QR code does. When somebody scans the code right off of your cell phone, it automatically saves them as a contact and starts reaching out. Then, of course, you've got easy access to every place to get in touch or apply. Now, going back to the top of the main page here under applications, look at these product categories. There are several of them, okay? final expense, annuities, term life, whole life, all of these different products are available and is connected to a dedicated application page. I'll just click on one just to show you. So basically, when they land here, the moment they come in, they're told that they can apply. When they apply, the application is built for that specific type of product, okay? And if a visitor already knows what they want, maybe they spoke to you, you tell them to fill out an application, you send them this link, they start the application right here. And the moment they hit submit, the system captures their information, places them in your pipeline, and begins to follow up. And they continue following up without you having to do anything until they either book appointment or they opt out. The system does absolutely everything. Now this free section up at the top, these are your lead magnets. They're separate video sales funnels, okay? These are video sales funnels that actually drive traffic. And I'm gonna show you a little bit more about these in a bit, but for right now, I just want you to know that this is gonna be a major source of leads for you. So right at the top, you have the agent's photo, name, credentials, and a full row of carrier logos like Ethos, John Hancock, etc. All of these can be customized for you depending on which carriers you work with, but just know that before a visitor reads a single word, they see this agent works with the biggest names in the industry. And that's really important. Credibility lands in the first 3 seconds. That matters because people make a trust decision about a website before they read anything. And this site passes that test immediately. Now, one more thing I want to point out here that most people don't think about, something that's relatively new, is this site is not just optimized for Google search, okay? It's now being indexed by AI tools. When somebody asks ChatGPT or Perplexity or Claude or Alexa to find a life insurance agent in your city, agents with optimized sites like this are the ones that are actually showing up. This is a brand new traffic channel that most of your competitors have zero presence on right now. You can either get in early or get left behind. Now down here on the right-hand side of the webpage, you can see that there's a little chat bubble. This is really, really important, okay? This is a bot, okay? You've heard a lot about AI bots. This specific bot has a live chat feature and a voice feature, okay? And it's not a generic bot that just says, hey, thanks for reaching out, someone will get back to you. It is a fully trained AI assistant that knows insurance inside out and backwards. It knows everything about your specific business because we train it, okay? This is live on your website 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it will even answer phone calls if you want it to. It answers real questions about coverage, it explains products, it handles objections, and it books appointments directly onto 3 different calendars. The visitor picks what works for them, and they're booked. There's no human involved. And there's also a customization piece that really matters. During onboarding, meaning after you sign up with us, we will ask you specific questions about your business. Maybe you only work in certain states. Maybe you only sell IULs. Maybe you also do taxes or ACA health insurance on the side. We train the AI bot on your specific business so it gives accurate answers and books the right appointments for your actual practice. This is not a one-size-fits-all bot, okay? It's trained to represent you specifically. Think about what that means. Let's just say it's 11 p.m. on a Sunday night. Somebody's sitting on their couch, worried about what happens to their family if something happened to them, and they land on this page. They're not hitting a dead end. They're having a real conversation, and they're booking an appointment while you sleep. Basically, you're never offline. Your business is never closed. All right, so what we're gonna do is go back to the home page and we're gonna scroll down about halfway. Now you have 3 different calendars. Again, you've got a 15-minute free phone call, a 30-minute Zoom, and a 1-hour in-person meeting. But all of these are live. There's no contact form saying, hey, we'll get back to you. The visitor picks a date. They just come over here and pick a date and a time. They fill out this information. And once they've done that, they're booked. The appointment hits your calendar immediately. It triggers a confirmation. It sends out a reminder sequence. It notifies them 24 hours in advance, 1 hour in advance, and then 5 minutes, like right before the call's about to start, it reminds them again, not just by email, but also by text. This is a full CRM workflow that's automatically following up and getting that person on the call. And if they don't show up, all you have to do is click a button and it's gonna send a no-show sequence and follow up with them and get them back on your calendar. One click from stranger on the internet to a confirmed appointment on your calendar. That's what a real website does, what a smart website does. So now what I wanna do is just scroll down just a little bit here to the reviews. This section is doing a lot more than it looks like, and most agents completely underestimate it. Here's what's happening in your market right now. Somebody searches for life insurance agent near me. Google shows them a list. On that list, there's an agent that has no reviews from a couple years ago to an agent that has 54 5-star reviews. Who do they call? It's not a close decision, okay? The agent with the most recent reviews wins that call every single time. Every day that you do not have a review building system running is a day that your competitor with more reviews is getting inbound calls that should be coming to you. Now we fix all of this automatically. Every client that moves through your pipeline, they get asked for a review at exactly the right moment. After the policy is placed, when satisfaction is the highest, the request goes out by text and email without you doing anything. And it doesn't just ask once, okay? If they do not leave a review in the system, it automatically follows up until they do. Now those reviews, and this is the magic here, they feed directly into your Google business profile, which we fully set up and optimize during your onboarding. We dial in the right categories, the right keywords, and the right local signals, so Google knows exactly who you are, what you do, and where you serve. Also, we have an automatic review responder that uses AI to go out and automatically place a very well thought out, keyword optimized response to every single review, because Google places a lot of relevance on businesses that actually care enough to leave that information. More reviews plus an optimized profile means higher local search rankings and higher Google Maps placement. What does that mean? That means free inbound calls from people who are already looking, already motivated, and already comparing agents in your area. And unlike paid ads that stop generating leads the second you stop paying, this actually compounds. Every new review makes you more visible. Every month, that asset that you have on your website gets even stronger. You're building something on your own, not renting attention you have to keep paying for, okay? All right, the next part is really exciting. Outside of the website, there are 3 separate video lead magnet sales funnels built into your system. And they may not look like they're part of your website because they're not, they're separate. But before I show them to you, I want to explain the psychology behind why these work so well. I'm sure you've heard the term lead magnet, maybe you've never used one before, but most marketing tries to interrupt people, okay? An ad pops up while you're scrolling and they hope that you care enough to stop. Now, lead magnets are exactly the opposite. You're offering something genuinely valuable to people to raise their hand and get it. They come to you, okay? That changes the entire dynamic of the relationship before a single conversation has happened. You're no longer the agent chasing them, you're the expert that they came to for help. And that shift alone changes how every subsequent conversation goes. Now, the first one that I want to show you in this set of 3 different lead magnets is the free inflation guide. Now, who downloads this? Well, somebody that's worried about their money, they're worried about their retirement, they're worried about their family's financial future. That is exactly the person who needs life insurance and annuity products, okay? They were not searching for an agent, they were searching for answers, and this funnel meets them where they are. It delivers real value and it pulls them into your pipeline. Now, the moment that they opt in, which is right here on the opt-in form. Once they opt in, the moment that they do that, an automated follow-up starts and the system begins attempting to book an appointment. Not once, but repeatedly. I mean, this goes on for many, many months until they booked, responded, or opted out. All right? Pretty cool, right? So let me show you the next one. The next one is called the Last Free Will and Testament Kit. Now, someone who wants this document is already thinking about protecting their family, okay? They are in exactly the right mindset to have a conversation about life insurance. They enter their contact information to get the download, and the moment that system does that, it automatically takes over. Follow-up starts, nurturing begins, booking prompts go out. They came for a free document, and they're gonna end up on a call with you, okay? This is what happens when they opt in. They click the button, they submit their information, and it's gonna go to a landing page, and it's gonna say, hey, we emailed you a copy, or go ahead and get a free life insurance quote right now. And it takes them right back to booking a call with you, okay? Now, the third lead magnet funnel that we have is the instant quote, okay? Now, this one captures people who are already ready. They want a number, okay? They want to know how much insurance they can afford. They go through this survey, it asks a bunch of questions, and then it routes it directly to you. You actually receive an email with all of these answers so you know exactly what they want and what they need and how to position the conversation. You're not starting out cold, you're starting out prepared. So again, these are 3 funnels, 3 completely different types of prospects at 3 different stages of awareness. They're all feeding the same pipeline automatically. So what do you do with them? Well, you post these videos on social media, which are available to you in your back office, and you can post them, you can run paid ads to them. If you want to get some instant volume, you can send them to referral partners, you can share them in Facebook groups, drop them in your email signature. The traffic source does not matter, because once someone opts in, the system handles everything that comes next, okay? Now, what I want to do next is I want to show you some more information on this website. Now, even the bottom of this web page is booking, okay? This is an insurance needs assessment tool. Look, every single section of this entire website has a job. Every button connects to something, everything feeds a pipeline, every visitor gets captured, educated, and guided towards a conversation with you, okay? Every single page on this website is optimized, and everything is designed to drive business back to you. This is not a website. This is a lead generation machine that runs 24 hours a day, compounds over time, and was built entirely for you before you even logged in. Now, I had mentioned earlier, Crystal is an agent that I've been working with. She's booking 20 new appointments every week from this system. Not buying 20 leads, but booking 20 appointments from organic sources every single week. That is what a real lead engine looks like when it's running. That is the answer to not enough leads. Now, I know that some of you are probably already thinking you have a CRM, you've got something set up that, and switching feels like a headache. Maybe you don't need that headache. Here's the honest answer. If what you currently have is generating 20 book appointments every single week on autopilot, then don't switch. Seriously, just stay where you're at. But if you're not doing that, then what you have is not a system. It's a tool you're managing manually, and the gap between those two things is exactly where and why your revenue is disappearing. All right, now that I've laid out a clear path for you to solve your lead problem and how we get free organic leads coming into your inbox from multiple channels every single day, here is where most agents self-destruct even when the leads are flowing. Now, not having a system, not having automation causes chaos. The lead comes in and nothing happens fast enough or consistently enough or at all. I want you to picture this, okay? A lead fills out a form on your website at 2:17 in the afternoon. You're in the middle of a call with a client. You finish at 3:30. check your email, you see the lead, and call them back at 3:45. That's 90 minutes later. That person has already heard from 2 other agents who had a system that responded in 90 seconds. You lost that deal before you ever knew that you had it. Or think about this. You follow up twice, they don't respond, and you move on because you've got other leads to work. 3 weeks later, that person buys a policy from someone else. They were always going to buy. They just needed a little bit more time and a little bit more follow-up. The agent that stayed in front of them got the commission and you got nothing. Or maybe this, someone books an appointment and you get really excited. You block off time, you show up, but hey, they don't. You send one more text, nothing. You write them off. That was a qualified lead who just forgot and needed one more nudge, needed reminders, but they're gone. Now, none of those are talent failures, okay? None of those are effort failures. Every single one of them is a system failure. And this fix is simple. Stop asking humans to do things that you should be doing, okay? Before I show you inside, I want to spend about a minute explaining what that actually is, because this context actually really matters. Now, most agents are running their business across 5, 8, sometimes 10 different tools. A CRM over here, email platform over there, texting on their phone, a separate calendar tool, funnels they built somewhere and half forgot about. Maybe they have automation that they set up once and aren't sure if it still works. They have social media they manage manually. They're logging into all these different social accounts. They have a pipeline that they track on a spreadsheet. They're paying for all that separately, logging into all that separately, and none of it talks to each other. Now, every disconnected tool is a place where leads just fall through the cracks. Every manual step is a step that gets skipped when you're busy. Every separate platform is a place where context just gets lost. Now, Launch eliminates all of it, okay? It is a complete all-in-one business operating system built specifically for you, for insurance agents. There's one login, one database, everything's connected, everything talks to each other, okay? Now, inside Launch, you have a full CRM that tracks every single contact and every single conversation. You have a unified inbox. This is where every text, every email, every call, voicemail, Facebook message, IG chat, web chat, from every single lead, they all live in one place, okay? A calendar booking system, a funnel and a website builder, a social media manager, a pipeline with stage-based automation, an email SMS marketing platform, a review builder, a reporting dashboard, an automation engine with over 40 different pre-built workflows, over 200 templates designed specifically for life insurance, okay? And here's the part I need you to actually hear. You don't build any of it. It's already done. We built the whole thing for you. It's not a generic template. We customize it for your business specifically. Your name, your photo, your branding, your products, your market. By the time you go live, it looks and feels like it was built specifically for you. Why? Because it was, okay? You also don't need to be technical to use it. Most agents run this entire system from their mobile app and they never actually log in. You check your conversations, you see who booked, respond to leads, and monitor your pipeline from your phone while you're doing everything else. That is genuinely how simple it is to operate day to day. So let me show you what it's like on the inside. When you log into Launch, this is what you're gonna see. There are so many bells and whistles. It literally does everything. But the good news is you don't even need to log in to this actual system. You can run everything from your mobile app on your cell phone. If you're a technical person, we'll walk you through all the features and you can continue to build new websites or automations or whatever you want on top of what was already built. Now, I'm not going to go through all the features on this call, but what I am going to do is show you some important things that help you understand the scope of what we give you. Now, what you're looking at right now is your dashboard analytics. It basically gives you a 360 view of your business. Now, over here on the left is your conversations. This is your unified inbox, okay? Every text, every email, Every call, voicemail, Facebook message, DM, chats, pretty much everything that comes in is gonna be shown here, okay? And it's one login, one place, full context of every conversation. You never have to dig through your phone. You don't have to dig through your email or 10 different apps trying to remember where a conversation left off. Everything is right here. All right, so over here on the left, under automation, this is where the real power lives, okay? With over 40 different pre-built workflows designed specifically for the life insurance industry, there are over 200 different email templates, all with pre-written content ready to go out. Now, all of these are all branded with your name, your logo, and your contact information right out of the box. So when a lead comes in, a sequence fires off immediately. SMS messages go out within seconds, and then emails follow. If there's no response, a voicemail drop gets sent out. If there's still nothing, a follow-up continues on a schedule for days, weeks, or even months until they respond or opt out. Hey, but look, lead follow-up is just the beginning. I'm gonna click over here and go into Agency under Agent Motivation Workflow. These workflows motivate and communicate with your downline automatically, so your team stays engaged without you chasing anyone. They build your reviews by reaching out to clients at exactly the right moment. They collect missed call payments with escalating reminders the second a policy goes past due. They protect you from chargebacks by documenting the sale and following up aggressively before a lapse becomes a loss. You know, let's say your lead comes in at 2 a.m. The system responds at 2 a.m. You were on vacation, the system was still working. You forgot to follow up on day 7, the system never forgets. This is the difference between a tool and a system. A tool waits for you to use it, a system runs whether you show up or not. All right, now let me show you one specific feature that deserves its own moment here. Okay, I'm gonna go into automation, and then I'm gonna go to lead, and then I'm gonna go to missed call text back workflow. Now, right now, today, your phone is ringing and you're not answering every call. You're on with a client, then you're on another call, you're at lunch, they hang up, no voicemail, and just like that, they're gone. They move on to the next agent on the list. You never knew you had a shot. Now, I want you to do some quick math. If you're missing even 3 potential prospect calls a week, and the average policy commission is $800, that is potentially $2,400 in a week in opportunities that are silently walking away every single week, not because you're bad at your job, but because your phone wasn't in your hand. Now, the second someone calls and you don't answer, an automated text fires back to their phone within seconds. Not minutes, but seconds, while they're still holding their phone, while their intent is still hot. The AI is gonna pick it up from there. It introduces you, answers their questions, and offers to book an appointment directly on your calendar. There's no human involvement required. You're on a call, you're asleep, you're at your kid's ball game, every single inbound call gets a response. A lead that would have silently walked away is now in a conversation. For a lot of agents, this one feature alone more than covers the cost of the entire system over an entire month. Now, for leads that don't convert right away, they enter a long-term lead nurture campaign. Let me show that to you. So think of SMS and email touch points going out consistently every week for up to 12 months. Check-ins, value content, soft booking prompts. Most agents give up after day 2 or 3. This system is still following up into month 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now, here's why it matters. Studies show that 80% of sales happen after the 5th contact. Most agents never make it past the 2nd. This system makes you more persistent, more consistent, and basically prospects are going to buy from you without thinking about it once. As I mentioned earlier, we give you product-specific application pages built directly into the system. They're baked into the system. As you can see here, They are SEO optimized and they're amazing tools to close deals. Now, when somebody fills out any one of those applications, the magic of automation kicks in and does everything within its power to get them a booked appointment on your calendar. If someone starts an application and then walks away, automatic reminders go out telling them exactly what's missing until it's complete. You can stop chasing. The system chases everybody for you. Okay, for chargebacks, this one is personal because you did everything right, okay? But you still got hit. You worked the lead, you built the relationship, you wrote the policy, and then months later, a payment fails and the carrier claws back your commission. Or even worse, let's say that somebody in your downline sold the policy, you got a little cut from it a few months ago, but now you're responsible for the whole thing. We permanently solved the chargeback problems from two different angles. First, there are two e-signature agreements built into the system, okay? A client agreement that documents the sale, it sets clear expectations, and it dramatically reduces disputes and early lapses. Now, we also include a downline agent agreement. This protects you from chargebacks in your hierarchy by clearly establishing responsibility. Now, both of these are automatically requested at different stages in your pipeline, both from your clients and your downline agents. The automation gets them to sign them digitally. They're both stored in the CRM. They're both accessible immediately if something goes sideways. Again, we solve this problem with just some simple automations. Okay, when a client misses a policy payment, all you need to do, I'm gonna jump over here to opportunities and I'm gonna slide over to the end of the pipeline. You've got all your deals that are sitting and sold. Let's say you sold this guy a few months ago and then all of a sudden he goes past due. All you need to do is drag him and drop him into the chargeback stage. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna kick off the past due recovery workflow. It's gonna fire immediately. It's gonna start sending out dunning texts and emails that go out to your client saying, hey, you're past due, you gotta make your payment, you're gonna lose your policy, all that money's gonna be wasted. And it's gonna keep doing that until the client actually makes the payment and the policy is saved. Nobody likes to follow up with people that are past due. This does it all for you. You stop finding out about chargebacks after it's already too late. All right, now here's the part most people don't expect when they first come on board with Launch, because everything I just showed you is the automation side of closing more sales. But Launch also gives you a complete back office that makes you and every agent on your team better at the actual craft of selling. What you're looking at is the resource hub. It's basically a command center. There's 5 different sections which cover carriers, leads, growth, sales, and marketing. Now I'm going to jump up here to the carrier tab. Every carrier that you work with is here. It's organized in one simple place. There's agent portals, applications, underwriting, quoting tools, forms, product guides. There's no more digging through emails or calling your upline to find something. It's all here. Super useful. Now I'm going to go into the lead guide. This is a complete breakdown of every lead source available to insurance agents. Paid leads, age leads, organic strategies, Facebook tactics, direct mail, everything is documented. Next, I'm going to hit the sales toolkit. This is your complete sales playbook. There's scripts for every stage of the process. There's objection handling, closing psychology, product-specific phone scripts, everything top producers use, documented and ready for you and every other agent on your team from day one. Next thing we're going to look at is growth resources. Super helpful. There's scripts for lead intake, first contact, missed call recovery, direct booking, retention strategies, recruiting systems. We've thought of it all and it's all here for you, okay? There's reactivation scripts for old leads. Every situation you'll encounter in this business has a resource in here to help you handle it. Now, the last tab I'm going to look at here is marketing systems, okay? This is SMS and email workflow templates, social media ideas, funnel conversation tactics. review tactics, referral campaigns, there's SEO strategies, everything you need to market yourself like a professional without hiring a marketing team. Most systems give you tools and they leave you to figure out the rest. Launch gives you the tools, the automation, and a complete library of resources so you and every agent on your team knows exactly what to do at every stage of the process in this business. You close more sales because the system is following up relentlessly. You close more business because you never miss a call. You close more because your show rates are higher. You close more because your post-call follow-up never stops. And you close more because every agent on your team has access to the scripts, the frameworks, and the resources that top producers use. All right, so let me put a number on what we just talked about. Now, the average insurance agent with no real system is losing somewhere between $3,000 to $8,000 a month in revenue they should be collecting. Missed calls that became someone else's commission. Leads that went cold because follow-up stopped on day 3. Appointments that no-showed with no recovery. Applications that got abandoned halfway through. Policies that lapsed and triggered chargebacks. None of those are dramatic failures. They're small invisible leaks, but they add up to a massive number over the course of a year. Now, what I showed you today closes every one of those leaks. Your website capturing and converting visitors around the clock, reviews compounding your local presence every month, lead magnets pulling in prospects from every direction, a unified inbox so nothing ever falls through the cracks, 50 pre-built workflows responding instantly, following up for 12 months, recovering missed calls, collecting late payments, and protecting your commissions. It's booking calendars that fill themselves with appointments that actually show up. A pipeline that moves every deal forward automatically, and a back office stacked with everything you and your team need to sell better, close faster, and grow smarter. Now again, GoHighLevel has over 1,400 features. All of this is all baked into GoHighLevel. There's one login, one system, already built, already customized for your business before you ever make your first call. And I want to be direct about something. We're not a software company that emails you a login and disappears, okay? We're your partner. When you come on board, we spend real time customizing this for your specific business. Your name, your branding, your products, your market. We configure the automations around how you actually operate, and we support you as you scale. All right, let me make this really simple. There are 4 plans, but honestly, 90% of the agents watching this are gonna pick the Essentials plan. It's only $297 a month, that's less than $10 a day. It includes everything you just saw: the website, the funnels, the lead magnets, the automated follow-up, the pipeline calendars, inbox, the back office, all of it. It's done for you, it's running while you sleep. Now here's the math I want you to actually do in your head right now. What does one policy pay you? Is it $500? Is it $800? Is it $1,200? Is it an annuity where you're earning $5,000 or $6,000? If this system saves you one deal per month that you would have otherwise lost due to a missed follow-up, a cold lead, or a callback that never happened, it has paid for itself between 3 to 5 times over every single month. You're not buying software here. You're buying back the money that you're already losing, okay? That is the Essentials plan. That is where you should start, and that's where most agents stay because they don't need anything else. Now, if you want to go a little bit further, the AI Workforce plan right here is $497 a month. This is not automation, okay? This is AI that picks up the phone and calls your leads. It has real conversations, it qualifies them and books appointments without you, without a VA, without anyone on your payroll. Your pipeline gets worked 24 hours a day by something that never gets tired, never forgets to follow up, never has a bad day. And if you want to scale without adding headcount, this is how you do it. Now, over here on the right is the Elite plan. This is for agencies, for large operations, custom builds out. So if you're asking whether or not you need it, you probably don't, but you'll know when you do. Now down at the bottom of the site here, you're gonna notice the a la carte plan. With the a la carte plan, This is if you need just one thing, okay? It doesn't include everything that we just talked about. It gives you a website, a workflow, or a chatbot. Just pick one and you get going with it right away. Now, altogether, setup usually takes about a week, sometimes two. It depends on if we're doing something custom for you, and it also depends on how quickly you give us the information we need to set up your account. We're gonna need to set up A2P, get you approved with the carriers, and so on and so forth. So here's what I need you to understand before you click away, okay? You're not trying to decide if the $297 a month is worth it. You're trying to decide how much longer you're gonna let a broken system bleed your business. Every month you don't have this, you're paying for it anyway. You're paying for lost leads, you're paying in missed callbacks, you're paying in deals that went to the agent that followed up and you didn't. The cost of inaction is not zero. It's never been zero. The agents who win in the next 3 years, this age of AI, are not going to outwork everyone else. They're gonna out-system everyone else. They're gonna have something running in the background that never stops while they focus on one thing that actually makes them money: closing deals. Everything else is handled. So here's what happens when you click that link. When you go ahead, you scroll down here, and let's say you sign up for the Essentials plan. I just want to give you an understanding of what will happen. Once you fill out this form, the first thing you're going to see is a short onboarding survey. It takes about 10 minutes to fill out. It asks you about your business, your website, your social media, your phone number, the systems you're currently using. We want to know your stack because we want to eliminate all of those other costs that you have. In fact, we're usually able to eliminate more cost from software right away than it costs for our actual system. All of that stuff's included. That information is what we use to build everything out specifically for you. Then, what's going to happen next? I personally reach out to welcome you aboard and get to work, okay? Again, we're a partner. We're a partner with you. This is not a support ticket. This is not a chatbot. This is me. Within a week, your system's going to be live. Your follow-up's running. Your business is operating the way it never has before. That is what's on the other side of a simple click, okay? The leads you're losing right now are not waiting for you to decide. Every day this sits, it's meant to come back another day to your pipeline, and something is leaking. So click that link, fill out the survey, let's get to work. If you're ready to stop losing what you've already earned, click the link below. The setup's super fast, the results show up faster than you think, and the leads you're losing right now are not waiting for you to make a decision. If you want to check out a link to the demo site and click around and play with the chatbot, or if you have any questions, just visit launchautomation.ai/life-insurance, or you could just go to launchautomation.ai and look for the insurance tab. All right, it's been great. Take care.